start now, but that's alright. The music will stop shortly. Alright, fuck up. Let's stop it now. Alright, welcome. I was browsing the internet and I came across a fantastic piece of content which I wanted to look at, and I've been shit with videos. I figure I might try and look at this live now. It's a long video. We'll see how much we get through. Hopefully my headphones actually have a bit of charge. I swear I sorted this out before I sat down, but it took me a while to get everything going properly in terms of getting the live set up and hopefully working. I'm pretty sure it's working. I keep thinking I should check my sound levels and stuff, but that's going to be really annoying when that starts coming through the microphone at the same time. We'll mute it for a sec. Alright, so yes, sound is fine, although we are getting a bit too much piping through here. Alright, let's try that. I was about to say we'll run with that, but fuck, I'll be pissed if the whole thing is basically useless because of the sound levels not being done properly. No, we're good. We're good. Fantastic. The problem with using capture software instead of actually using like Streamlabs and stuff, it's a little low confidence, particularly when you're doing the first one. Anyway, so today what we're looking at is some fucking idiots. A Christian company. What the hell is their name? I've literally done no research for this because I don't think I'm going to need to. Little Light Studios, so they've got 103k subscribers. Mr. Bear Atheist, he's linked in the tweet at least that I sent out, but when this goes archived and stuff, and I might actually turn this into shorter videos, we'll see how we go. I'll link him as well. He actually looked at these guys and their discussion on Nintendo, and Nintendo being demonic and evil, which are great videos worth checking out. But when I was watching those for Mr. Bear, I did also notice that they had an upcoming project that they were going to release, which was going to be on the evils of anime. Now that shit is right up my alley. You can see I've got my anime stuff in the background. Not really anime stuff down there, but anime inspired. Figures all over the place, yada yada yada. So I thought this is my gold mine. This is my heroic return and to content creation. I'm going to test this out. I'm going to test out the live streaming angle and see how that goes in terms of being a little bit more in the moment. And I think something I've identified about myself is that I'm not as, I don't want to say research minded as perhaps a lot of other YouTubers out there. Well, no, it's not that I'm not as research minded, but it's more that people do that a lot better than me. So I think that there's still value in looking at media and looking at things and being able to respond to them without having to go back and figure everything out, because there's certainly things we can do by just observing that can help us to pull apart some of the issues or some of the contradictions or inherent weakness of an argument that's being put forward to us. So we're going to try that today, and we're going to see how that goes. I am pretty bored at the moment, which is why we're doing this, and what I might do is even get rid of that music in my ear. You know what, I can just turn that down because I don't need to hear it. And that probably takes it off the stream, doesn't it? I am a bloody, what do you call it? That thing. A bloody pro. An absolute pro. Anyway, let's stop rambling on about it, and let's actually have a look. So, Dark Secrets of Anime Exposed Part 1. Now that worries me because this is pretty long. It's that better part of an hour. But let's have a look.
Hello, I'm Scotty.
And I'm Mikey.
And we're some of the producers of this anime documentary.
I need the volume. You guys should be fine.
Share with you a warning with this project.
A warning.
Over the years, this is the most
Amazing.
recommended topic we've got. Everybody wants us to expose anime, so we started doing some digging, and man, the stuff is dark.
So
It is
if you
dark,
don't really
fucking
have a problem,
dark.
or you've never been exposed to anime, this might be a project that you should prayerfully
It's a
consider whether or not you should or should not.
There's a trigger warning, the Christian trigger warning. Prayerfully consider whether or not you should do this. I mean, they're right. Anime gets dark. I know some of you out there might have seen Mediko. Oh shit, I can't even remember it. Mediko Shoujo. Shit. Sailor Moon, but with like beheadings and shit. I'll tell you what though, these guys look like real bros that I could sit down and, punch out some elfin lead to, or, sit down and laugh at some Ranma 1/2. Well, maybe they're a bit young for that, but, they look like some anime bros, don't they? Fuck, I'm excited for this.
Watch it. But if you know somebody that's really into this topic, then please
Me.
share our video with them, as we feel like this is a
I found your video myself, mate. Let's go.
So you have been warned. With that said,
You've
enjoy
been
the
warned.
show.
Fuck's sake. Hang on. Whoa. So they got Gohan in the back. I can't really tell who else is in there, but I'm assuming it's maybe Cell. Anyway,
So you have been warned. With that said, enjoy the show.
fuck, this is going to be great. Oh, look at those production values. After Effects, let's go. It's weird. I always think it's a little try-hardy when people take the film format that we're used to on like Netflix and DVD and stuff, and they apply it to YouTube. Like, I don't know, maybe they're putting these on DVDs and they're sending it out to churches and stuff. I don't know. I've literally just looked at this part of the video. But I don't know, like, get with the times, like anyway. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's go. Come on. Is anime evil? Yes. It represents Eastern culture and values, which is not Christianity, and therefore it is evil. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sailor Moon, Death Note, let's go. Animations by Satan, was it? Executive producers, Patreon donors, that's sweet. Shenron, let's go. Come on. Give it to me. Fucking Margin Vegeta. World's best dad, Vegeta. Inuyasha? I think that was Evangelion. Fuck, there's a lot I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna lose my weeb card, but anyway, that's alright. Is it all Scotty and Mikey? Alright, first critique, that intro is way too fucking long. Condense it down. I mean, I can't talk. I mean, how long has this live been up for? And we haven't got to anything. Open your eyes. Is that racist?
Is that anime in the kids section?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? There's a ton
Holy
of it on
shit!
Netflix
It's
now.
an anime.
I know, it's time to do a project on it. Mikey and I went to a local convention called Kanuga, and I was
Fuck.
shocked at how many people
Bakugo.
were into it.
Yeah, it's crazy just how many people have been asking us to cover it.
I remember watching some as a kid. Now I realize how much of that stuff was going completely over my mind.
Over my
So
mind.
many-
Sorry, the phrase is over my head. It doesn't go over your mind, it goes over your head, right? You don't want to be put on a pedestal.
Reasons why I question it now.
I didn't watch anime, but I read some of the manga comics.
I know a few things about some of the mainstream ones.
It's shocking how much spiritual imagery is used in these shows and movies.
Holy shit. Like, religion is like a key part of every culture on earth in like the last few thousand years. And fuck, anime uses it.
Anime has an undeniable influence over pop culture.
Honestly, some of it is so strange. It's hard to even grasp how something like this can gain so much popularity.
Do you know where it all started? In 1963,
Hey, Amanda.
a black and white cartoon called Astro.
We're fucking around.
Within
Because,
8
like,
months,
Christians are
ABC
trying to bag
began
at
showing
anime.
the English version in the U.S. The creator Tezuka was very influenced by Western culture, and his father believed that Japan's future prosperity lay in partnership with the U.S. and raised his son on American imagery. There's
Right, so interesting point here. In Japan around this time with Astro Boy, what was happening in Japan post-war was America was actually doing its best to make Japan into a really strong, successful capitalist democracy, to use it as an example to the rest of Asia with the hopes of actually influencing and sort of, I'm not going to say imperialist, getting into that area and controlling it. But this is a lot of what was happening in Japan. Ironically though, Astro Boy in Japan is Mighty Atom, and this is after the bombs. And he is in many ways a response to Superman, where Superman is this strong, masculine, super buff, ripped guy. Astro Boy is, as the name suggests, a boy. He is just a washboard, flat, no definition. He is weak relative to the other robots. He's indecisive. The enemies aren't always dead evil. It's not black and white. One of his greatest foes is his brother Atlas, and his Atlas is misunderstood. He's not ideologically evil. It's Japan struggling with its role in the war, and yet, okay, we're going to see how they keep trying to place this, because they're being very pro-American with the way they're saying Astro Boy was by someone that was emulating America.
There's constantly Westerners appearing as peaceful scientist collaborators.
Return from the United States. The new minister will...
So that's actually a really racist stereotype that a lot of people have with anime, is that they'll look at characters in anime and they will go, they are Western. So he's just described the scientist as Western. The scientist who created Astro Boy was called Dr. Shit, I forget his name. They're Japanese. They're in Tokyo. It's crazy. What's also crazy is that I don't have a mod.
From the very beginning, he designed these cartoons to
There we go, now I've got a mod.
which is why we see so many Americans in the cartoon. Many other anime series were loved after that, such as Gigantor and Speed Racer, but in the 1990s, anime blew up in American pop culture.
Speed Racer? Never heard that one.
Fuck off. Who didn't hear of Speed Racer? Speed Racer was on my fucking morning cartoons. It was everywhere. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. I'm not monetized anyway.
It's crazy how fast anime gained popularity in the US. In 2002, Boston was one of the first cities to hold a convention, and they only expected
Alright,
500
let's skip a little
attendees,
bit because
but 2000
wait,
showed up.
2002? Hang on, sorry. I want to go back to how we skipped from Speed Racer to 2002.
It's crazy how fast anime gained popularity in the US. In 2002, Boston was one of the first cities to hold a convention, and they only expected 500 attendees. But 2000...
See, if I had a chat, I'd be like, someone fact check this for me while I'm watching it. Now, 2002, I graduated high school in 2001. Before I graduated high school, we had Sailor Moon, we had Robotech, we had Technoman Blade, we had Samurai Pizza Cats, we had Voltron, we had Speed Racer, we had Astro Boy. There is no fucking way a major city in the US would have had an expected turnout that low in 2002. 2002, I think we were into the, it was kind of the post cyberpunk era. It's when anime started to get a bit more clean cut, a bit more romantic comedy-y. You had things like Love Hina around this time. There would have been some of the emerging AI thrillers like Serial Experiments Lane. Fucking, like, I'm sorry. If they did expect 200 people and got 2,000, then that was just stupid.
showed up. Today, Los Angeles hosts the annual anime expo.
Hey, Chad, what's going on?
100,000 plus attending.
We've got Christians that are going to tell me why anime is evil.
Spirited Away won an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. In the last 2 decades, imported anime series such as Pokemon, Sailor Moon,
Shit, I didn't even mention Pokemon.
and Dragon Ball Z developed huge US audiences.
Tons of movies have robbed their ideas from animes. Did you guys ever see The Matrix?
Nope.
I actually love this. The Matrix, there's scenes in it that are directly ripped specifically. Like even the cinematography is taken from Ghost in the Shell, down to the ports in the back of their necks and the way, shit, what's his name? Fuck, Morpheus. Morpheus, he, when he jumps down the skyscraper and lands and he breaks the concrete, like that scene is literally in The Matrix. Now, whether that's a homage or whether it's a rip-off, it depends, I guess. Alright, we can get a bit more volume on the video.
What'd I miss?
Well, you didn't miss much. It pretty much went downhill after the first one.
Oh.
At least I thought I could, but for some reason it's been a... Hang on.
Oh, wait.
Hopefully
there's
that's
more
better.
than one?
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it, but it drew heavily from the style of manga and even released its own animated
Hey,
series
Ghost in the Shell.
called The Animatrix. Everyone thought The Matrix was so original, but it pretty much was a direct rip-off of an anime called Ghost in the Shell.
And Ghost in the Shell was made into a movie.
Quentin Tarantino had an entire anime scene illustrating a character.
All right, this is getting a bit of name. We're going to skip forward a bit because, like I said, this is like an
Theme
hour.
of originality.
Tonight, we're proud it is television.
So far, they're telling me why anime is awesome. So back there was Kimber the White Lion, which is basically The Lion King, which, yes, is basically Hamlet. But, you know, the Japanese made a lion-based Hamlet before Lion King, so... Come on, get to the Christian stuff. Let's go.
The Lion King. Hello, I'm Michael.
Eisner is totally lying through his teeth.
Wow, look at those characters are exactly the same.
Yeah, even this...
Fuck, man. Like, is this We Love Anime? Or is this
Anime is
exposing the
marketed
dark
to young
secrets?
Yeah, since they're all over Netflix and Cartoon Network, tons of kids are getting sucked in.
I still love that they've paid to fucking have an anime style animated fucking characters. I will put up a quick warning, I guess. I know from the trailers that they get into some pretty dark stuff in terms of sexualization of minors. So if we come to it, just beware that it's coming. Yeah, we're not going to get too deep into it because it's a bit fraught, but I'm looking for like the demons, the dragons, the magic, all that sort of stuff.
In at an early age. When we went to Conuga and interviewed fans about their favorite shows, this is what they said.
I love anime.
I love it. I mean, I can't watch enough of it.
So describe
Sorry, did he ask them about their favorite shows, or did he just wait for them to say, I love anime?
love, like you watch it every week?
Every day.
Oh, wow.
What a fucking
Even
inane
more
question.
telling was the age that they were first introduced to it.
Okay, age I was first introduced to it. What would it be? I know I was watching Sailor Moon. Before that, it would have been Voltron and Astro Boy. So it would have been around basically as young as you are when you like watch TV shows and remember what they are. So 7 or 8.
What was your first anime you watched?
Naruto.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Wolf's Rain. Inuyasha. Every single one out there.
So how old were you when you got into it?
Oh, very young. My father was really into Dragon Ball, and he had like a bunch of VHS tapes, and I actually still have the whole Frieza saga on VHS.
So how long have you been into it?
Fucking nerds.
About a year.
Oh, come on, this isn't interesting. Fucking hell.
Covered in blue paint.
How long have you been into
Bakugo. My Hero Academia.
the anime? Like, when did you first start getting into this?
My first anime was like in 5th grade. It was Attack on Titan, which was a mistake because I was a 5th grader, and that the mother getting the
Oh, are they going to talk about violence? Let's talk about violence. On YouTube, it is my first live stream, so it was a bit of a rough start with the audio and some stuff happening, but yeah, first on YouTube. I don't want to get into it too much. I'm not disciplined enough to edit videos, so I'm trying this.
head torn off was a little much for me.
Yes, get into the violence. Let's go. This is in its final season. It's currently airing. I haven't seen any of the final season episodes yet, though. Show it. Show it.
At this age, think
Fucking
of the shock
don't
and
look away.
horror that something
Yes.
like this would happen to your mother.
My first anime was Attack on Titan. I really watched
All right, come on.
Say
I don't care about these
Heaven's
nerds.
Lost Property?
And that just kickstarted that genre, and then I branched off.
Like, how old were you when you was?
10.
Fuck, these guys are scrubs.
Blasphemous.
So, like, the protagonist has a bunch of cyborg chicks that can literally perform any task.
Interesting.
And he's into pennies.
I love pennies with designs on them.
Jesus.
I'm starting to get sick and tired of this foolishness. Sure, you got it.
So they're like sex robots or something?
Yeah, but they're programmed.
They're not sex robots, but yes, there is sexually explicit jokes in it.
to do whatever their master wants them to do.
Am I going to get fucking copyright strikes for this? I mean, they uploaded it, so it should be fine. Wait, stop. I've stopped. But because of the delay, that's probably going to be pretty boring. The real bots. YouTube chat on the phone is fucking awful. Come on.
I don't know. He's like the tyrannical guy that lives upstairs.
He's like the tyrannical guy.
What the fuck is this editing? This is like satire of like Netflix documentaries. There's that meme I was seeing today, not related to any of the news, but like it was a family. It's like everything was normal in the family, and then it had like the negative version until it wasn't, and then it was just titled Netflix documentaries when things go bad.
You'll remain my toy for as long as you live. What's wrong, good for nothing? Have you forgotten what comes next? This is the part where you beg.
Right, I need these guys to start editorializing. So this is clearly the bad guy. This is clearly being set up as the thing that is not good, the thing that needs to be stopped. I need them to actually start making points. I fucking hope everyone's stoned to listen to this shit.
I know, right? It's so not okay or appropriate for such young kids to watch.
And everybody...
So young kids to watch. Let's look at that point. Now, they're looking at anime that is aimed at teenagers. Now, one thing that I find really interesting is that content that talks about sex in a cartoon is really badly demonized. Fucking Christians. Let's go with demonized. Now, whenever I hear people go, "Oh, this anime, it's too sexually explicit because it's, you know, about teenagers and they're, you know, teenagers are fucking horny, hormonal fucking hornbags." And I remember reading a book in high school, so I would have been 16, and it was Isabel Carmody. Was it Isabel Carmody? Shit, I can't remember. It might be Isabel Carmody. I can't remember the name of the book though. And I remember sexually explicit scenes, like in the beach, where the teenagers were there and the girls were wearing white shirts and there was some kissing and blah, 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 blah. And that stuff is fine because it's a book. But then when it's something that is in a show that is for teenagers, it's not, this isn't Looney Tunes, right? Like that's really trite. But this is not for kids like Pokemon is for kids. These animes are sort of for the young adult category. These take people from sort of 14 to 36, and so I don't feel like it's that inappropriate. But
we interviewed was super into anime. I mean, there wasn't even a single person who wasn't into it. And when asked about the appropriateness of the
they went to a fucking convention and everyone was into anime. Fuck me.
Violence or sexual content, they all had this to say.
But there's some anime like, I don't know, Kill La Kill.
I just watched episode 1 of Kill La Kill with my wife 2 nights ago.
And like Devil May Cry, like stuff like that.
Not an anime, video game series.
It's not really meant for kids, but somehow kids are getting into it anyways.
Just like Game of Thrones, right, Amanda?
Sort of like violent elements to it. Some people
Violent?
criticize
Wolf's Rain is extremely
Listen to that
violent.
music.
It's very bloody, especially the end of it is very bloody. Yeah.
Oh, come on, spoilers.
Like a lot of the anime now is like pretty hardcore.
Oh yes, a lot of old anime are as well, but it just, yeah. I think that older anime were very targeted toward...
I've seen half of Kill La Kill, but my wife hasn't seen any of it. She doesn't really watch a lot of anime. There's only a couple of shows that we watch together, mostly My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. But to the point that's happening at the moment, where they're like, "Oh, anime is very violent these days." It is fucking nothing, absolutely nothing compared to what it was in the 80s and 90s. Anime has actually become pretty sanitized compared to what it was in the past. So if they're trying to create the narrative that it is getting worse, it is not getting worse. It is, I'm not hungry for violence, but it's what I want on my plate sometimes.
Towards adults, and now they're trying to target more towards children too, so yeah.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
So how old were you when you saw the first anime? What was it?
I was
That's Ice
approximately
from
8 years
Overlord.
old when
And
I
Goblin
watched,
Slayer.
when I watched Pokemon for the first time, and then I just gradually started with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I'm
Sailor
in
Moon,
that thing,
Cardcaptor, Sakura,
lockdown,
all those.
so I've
It's
got nowhere to
wild that
be.
these kids get hooked because
And I
of
saw this
Sailor
video, I
Moon,
was like,
when it's
fucking,
full of
let's do it.
extremely inappropriate and over.
Akira, Fist of the North Star, Ninja Scroll, Cyber. Oh shit, what's it called? No, not Cyberpunk. Tokyo Police. The Guyver Bibist. Anyway, you get the point.
Really sexualized content. I'd say it's not suitable for any audience, let alone children. It may seem cute and colorful, but its main protagonists, which, by the way, are supposed to be 14-year-olds, are often in compromising scenes with extreme nudity. Here in the United States, pedophilia is a big no, and it's a super sensitive topic.
That girl looks 7 years old. Way too early to be worried about boys falling in love with them.
Yeah, when the animes have like young kids in there, then you just automatically assume that it's for kids.
But because it's an animation, the twisted storylines usually fly under the radar. But kids pick up on these themes subconsciously.
And yet pedophilia can be found across anime, as well as themes of incest.
Pedophilia. That's a big call. I'm not going to say there aren't anime that deal with those themes, but they are not explicitly for children, nor are they explicitly that. They're generally kids interacting with kids. Why do I feel like the chat is broken?
Lesbianism and transsexualism.
Oh no, not lesbianism. Fuck. Anything but that. Sailor Moon, two of the Sailor Scouts are actually in a relationship with each other in the actual manga and in Japan. In the West, that was considered inappropriate for children in the 90s, and so they were changed to cousins. But unfortunately, there was not enough change. There we go. I think I'm getting my chat back. There wasn't enough changed in the actual way they were animated with each other to change the nature of their relationship. But the audio, like the script was changed in English to make them refer to each other as cousins, and it made it worse. Not worse. Sorry, worse was the wrong word there. But it turned it into something that was actually no good. Fuck.
And it gets even more weird when original Japanese anime is changed for US viewers. In Sailor Moon, Haruka and Michiru are lesbian lovers, but in the American version, they made them cousins.
There you go. That's what I just said. Come on, let's go.
The college student. There's even a scene of the characters engaging in sex.
Oh.
The reason I corrected myself from worse, because worse sort of indicates that the original, where they are just in a relationship with each other, is bad as well. So not that it's not. Yeah, sorry. That's the only reason I corrected myself from worse was because it's not a comparison that's worth making.
Okay, this certainly is not kids' material.
Maybe we should pause it.
I'll get it.
Hey, Fiesta Taco Delivery, where there's a party in every bag.
What the fuck? What is this?
Did anybody order tacos?
Tacos? No, I didn't order it, but that should definitely be what we have for lunch.
Man, it looks like you guys having a watch party. That's kind of weird.
Alright, I'm going to skip this scrap. Like I said, this is like
Hey,
15
look,
minutes.
I'm not judging, just dropping off some food. This is not 66 Broad Street.
Order?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll be back later.
Well, that was kind of awkward, but you know what's...
Alright, now I get it. Because of what was on the screen was embarrassing. That was what that bit was all about.
It's crazy. There are tons of reaction videos on YouTube where people don't find this scene disturbing.
This isn't the only time that Usagi stayed overnight at her boyfriend's house.
We should probably go wake Chibiusa.
Let her sleep. Both of you can stay here tonight.
They're using the new one. Interesting.
This particular storyline is even carried over into later seasons of the show. There is even a scene where Usagi's love interest, Mamoru, accidentally kisses an extremely young 5-year-old Sailor Chibi, which, how do you accidentally kiss a 5-year-old?
I mean, she just fell out of the sky from nowhere.
You there! Hey! Back off!
They are playing way too much
Grade school girl.
without
It
actually
seems like the
editorializing.
only thing you care about lately is Chibiusa. Do you like her? Do you think she's that cute?
What? That's ridiculous. She's still in elementary school. She's
See,
just
it's
a little
ridiculous.
kid.
No.
So what if she's little?
It's a story about Usagi being
Falls
insecure.
in love with
Oh, back to the old
He
one.
was 19.
This is disturbing. You can clearly see that he towers over the little girl.
Yeah.
Worse, even the villains in the series are gender-bending teenagers. The Sailor Starlights are 3 Sailor Senshi from another star.
I
and
want to
they're
get to Dragon Ball Z.
female when they transform into their Sailor Senshi forms. Additionally, because their genders constantly change.
This sounds like something from 2020, but it came out nearly 30 years ago.
It fucking sounds like something from 2020. Fuck me.
3 through
Come on.
5 says, it is God's will.
Yep,
You should learn to control your own.
God, I actually thought this would be more
There are a ton of
specific.
questionable messages and occult references that are very problematic for any Christian. I'm talking about magic, sorcery, spells, and reincarnation.
3 of those things are the same thing. Magic, sorcery, and spells. I know there's probably a, what do you call it? A difference that is that, like, specific when, like, if you're actually talking about it in a specific context, but they're talking about, like, a fucking anime. It's all the fucking same thing.
And even underage drinking of alcohol.
It's very nice to...
I guarantee you that there was no underage drinking actually in it, because I don't think I've seen an anime where minors drink. Like, they go out of their way. And if it is in Sailor Moon, and if I'm proven wrong, fine. But overall, in anime, as a rule, you'd only find the exceptions that are challenges. Kids are drinking juice and milk. Like, there's even been stuff I've watched where kids are at, like, it's set in university, and someone won't be over 21 because that's the age you need to be to drink in Japan, and they will literally sit there drinking tea or fucking juice while everyone else is getting drunk on fucking Asahi.
Make your acquaintance? That doesn't sound right. Glad to know you? Look at them. They're not having any trouble.
Is that meant to be an example of her being drunk?
In a situation like this, have something to drink. Here goes.
You know, the Bible is
I-
very specific not to have anything to do with witchcraft. In Deuteronomy 18:10 through 12, it states, "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or useth divination, or an observer of times, or of an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits,
that's a
or a
run-on
wizard,
sentence.
or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination to the Lord. Because of these abominations, the Lord God doth drive them out
Hey,
from
Ricardo.
before thee." When the Bible uses the word abomination, it literally means that God hates those things and that he would excommunicate the people if they engaged in such activities.
Do you guys notice the symbols on their forehead? Look like they are taken from astrology. Check
Holy shit. The Sailor Scouts, who are all based on, like, astral bodies of the planets, have astrological symbols.
this
Fuck.
out.
Wow, it reminds me of when the book of Revelation describes God's
Fucking
people, the
hell,
opening
come
of
on.
the third eye in Eastern and New Age religions. There's a ton of demonic.
Whoa. Eastern religions, right? This is anime, and they're criticizing it for having references to Eastern religions. Let's not forget that the source of their power is makeup. Fuck, this is inane.
Makes us Sailor Guardians.
Which is Wiccan lingo for the watchtowers
Wiccan
that
lingo.
correspond to the 4 directions and the 4 elements. When the watchtowers are invoked, it symbolizes the connection to all things that...
See, now this is, I think, where they're getting off the rails, and this is part of how fundamentalists kind of find the devil in every shadow, is that instead of thinking that there's a common link back to the symbols and the imagery being invoked by, you know, media like anime, they assume that it links to whatever they think of. So it's more likely that if there's any Wiccan symbols that match with some of the things that are in Sailor Moon, they're probably drawing from a common source rather than Sailor Moon being, fuck yeah, Wiccans, let's go. Not that there's anything wrong with Wiccans, but like they're seeing ghosts, you know? They didn't take shit into account. I mean, they want to fucking quote Deuteronomy for why Sailor Moon is bad, then shit, man.
that exist. The 5th element being spirit. The series borrows concepts from the Bible, such as the Tree of Life, which is depicted in this
generally, the vast majority of times when you see a tree of life in anime, they're actually borrowing from Norse mythology. It's almost always Yggdrasil, however you say that.
Joe as a god-like being who was alone in the universe and then created humanoid people because it was lonely.
Nothing
people
like the tree of
eventually
life in the
become
Bible.
evil and corrupt, resulting in the tree weakening and seeking help from Sailor Moon to regain power and be reborn.
Man, how
That's
twisted
actually
is
more
that?
like
God
Yggdrasil.
created humans. John 1:3 says all things were made through him.
Fuck off.
To seek help from the pagan witches in order to survive.
You know, another anime that
Yes,
sugarcoats
let's
the
go.
occult is Dragon Ball Z. Have you
Let's
ever
go.
seen this one?
Fucking aliens and magic powers
Yeah, a bunch
and
of
martial
people we
arts.
interviewed at the convention said they started watching anime because of that show.
You know, this show's been around since the mid-90s, and there's a ton of
Wrong. Whoops.
episodes somewhere in
My spacebar broke there. It's been around since the 80s. It's been in the West since the 90s, which I guess is what they mean. So I'm just being pedantic here.
the range of like 600 plus in total.
Wow, that is a serious...
Hang on.
And maybe more in the range of like 600.
More, and they should know this because this was released like this year. They... Wait, no, never mind. They do have Super in there. I thought they skipped Super.
Wow, that is a serious investment of time if you watch all of those.
You're not kidding.
Right, and listen to what this
It's really
particular
fucking easy to watch
fan
all those
who has
over the course of
hundreds of thousands of
25
subs
years.
says about the show. Notice that these videos have millions of views. This just shows the impact this genre has on the public.
Toonami was nothing less than a revolutionary siren call for
I think I've watched this guy's
generation
videos
of
that they're
anime
quoting.
fans, replacing the older, more traditional Power Zone slot with a block filled nearly entirely with Eastern properties, such as Gundam Wing, Outlaw Star, and Sailor Moon. Up until now, the only real way to consume these shows was through trading VHS tapes or downloading
What are they?
fan subs.
They're taking
But
way
now
too much from
anime
other
is being
videos.
broadcast
They need
directly
to spend more time talking their shit because I can't respond to this because this is
And at
fun.
the center of this movement and Toonami's most popular show was Dragon Ball Z. Keep in mind that this was late 90s American television, where the most popular animated shows were
Who remembers those
family-friendly
shows? Come on,
titles like
you're all
Doug
old.
and
You're like me.
Rugrats.
Doug,
And by
fuck yeah.
comparison, Dragon Ball Z was shocking. The show felt like a gateway into an entirely different world, a violent and even dark place, one of insanely powerful villains that committed genocide with barely a second thought, and horrific alternate futures, where our entire cast of heroes as well as the vast
Fucking love
majority
Doug.
of the human race
Patty
had been wiped
Mayonnaise,
out by
Skeeter.
malevolent psychopathic androids.
What was his dog?
It was a
Pork
series
chop?
where
Or
people
was that
could
something
suffer
else?
grave bodily injury and heroes could die. It felt like a show you shouldn't be watching, one that couldn't
They are.
possibly be airing on
They are
children's
taking way
television.
too. Sorry, I actually feel bad like broadcasting this much of this guy's fucking content. He's a good creator. Like I actually like his stuff. If you're interested in anime.
Disturbing that on
Okay,
sexual
they've started.
content. You see, like Sailor Moon, there's a ton of highly inappropriate sexual content and dirty innuendos. Some of the scenes are so disturbing that on this fact alone, it should deter pretty much anyone.
God, they're just fucking playing it again and again. That character, I forget their actually deal, but they like they're from the shit. What was it called? There's a series before Dragon Ball that Akira Toriyama actually made, mostly as a manga, and that's a crossover between the two properties, which is why that joke exists. And yeah, the bad guy is creepy and fucking like a predator because he's a bad guy. Now, whether or not that's appropriate for kids, maybe it's not, and that's fine. Like I'm happy to like concede on that point, but to show like the worst examples of when bad behavior in the bad guys maybe crosses a line is not a dark secret of anime. It's fucking common knowledge. And also, they've also highlighted how they're probably going to start to go after pretty hard some of the nudity or suggested nudity in Dragon Ball. Now, let's remember that the culture from where this comes from is one where nudity doesn't have the same Puritan demonization, I guess. No, demonization is a bad word, but you know, like in the West, in places like Australia, I've never seen my mates naked. I go to fucking Japan and I see hundreds of guys naked throughout a trip because I go to the bathhouses, I strip down, I get naked, I get in the bath, have a great time, and you know, everyone's in the bathhouse from fucking 5 to fucking 100, and it's not sexualized. And in many cases in the in anime, that's the case. Nudity is not necessarily sexualized because it shows people engaging in things like baths, which is a big part of culture in Japan. But yeah, there are times when it's sexualized as well. But we have violence in cartoons. We have like fucking Spider-Man, X-Men. There was violence in that, and violence is wrong. But they, you know, we explore this in fiction, in stories, to tell us how we feel about these things. And like, I'm sure there'll be more examples to editorialize.
That's weird.
There are so many of these.
Yeah, it's weird because that bad guy's a fucking weirdo, and like when he gets defeated, it is fantastic. I think in episode 1, Goku is naked, and you see his little ding dong.
These extremely inappropriate scenes that it's crazy the American public doesn't ban it due to its promotion of pedophilia. When searching for the Dragon Balls, the young Goku is seen sneaking a peek at Bulma's underwear. Also, really disturbing.
So this is where it gets fucking annoying, right? Because part of the character of Goku is that he has lived in the woods his entire life, raised by his grandpa Gohan, who dies before the series starts. And he's never seen a girl before. And so the story is actually playing off the fact that Goku has no fucking idea what a girl is. And like it is telling us about his innocent character. It is telling us about the fact that he is a fucking naive but caring person, and like he is just blown away by the fact that someone is different to him. And like he explores that in the show. Again, is there a line that's crossed? Yes. Is it pedophilic? No. It's ridiculous.
Is this scene of Master Roshi asking to see under Bulma's dress.
He gets roasted and beaten, and
underwear.
Dirty old man!
the dirty old man trope is quite common in anime.
Well, if being made into an embarrassing object is what it takes to get my wish, then okay. I've duped them into thinking this bothers me, and I get an easy Dragon Ball. Heck, underwear's not much different from a bathing suit.
Fucking censorship.
Oh wow, when she lifted up her dress, she didn't even have underwear on. And this is rated Y7 for kids?
Y7, is that an American thing?
Mercy.
But even outside of those grotesque scenes, there is dark
Fuck
spiritual
yeah.
undertones that need to be exposed. Magic is a common tool used throughout the series, and
Actually, it's not magic, it's ki.
witchcraft and spiritualism is looked upon favorably.
The rivers, the trees, the wind, all the living things in nature. Please offer me your energy. I ask of you, please.
The spirit bomb, if they're going to demonize a
I
spirit bomb,
almost have enough.
they can
The
go fuck
power is
themselves.
coming to me. I can feel all of it completely surrounding me. Just a little bit more. Here it comes. All right.
Come on, get to your point. We know that their scenes are extended in Dragon Ball.
The Bible strictly forbids any such practices. In Colossians 2:8 it says, "See to it that no one takes you captive by philosophy, empty deceit."
This has got
according
nothing
human
to
tradition,
do with
according to
what's
the
happening.
elemental spirits of the world, and not according to Christ.
For example, the witch character Baba is
Baba.
referred to as the fortune teller Baba. Baba is an insulting word in Japanese that means old hag or old witch.
And Baba uses a
It can also be used affectionately. Like it's actually a contextual. But on top of that, everything is fucking code for something in Japan. So I'm surprised with Bulma they didn't get to the whole point that Bulma is slang for a bra or something. Like her entire family is named after underwear. You got Bulma, Trunks, Briefs, Dr. Brief. I can't remember her mum's name. But like everything in fucking Dragon Ball is a pun.
the crystal ball to see into the past, present, and future. something the Bible condemns as an abomination to God.
It's a fucking cartoon, dude. Jesus Christ.
Like when King Saul summoned the late Samuel through a medium, in reality, he was speaking to a demon.
Yeah, although I've seen a couple episodes, I still don't understand what this anime is really about.
Let me see if I can explain. You see, the mission
How do you know if you haven't opened yourself to the evil influences of Dragon Ball?
of the characters is to collect 7 Dragon Balls that are hidden all over the earth in order to have 2 wishes granted by the Dragon Lord. The theme song repeatedly chants the phrase,
Chants.
The book of Revelation called Satan a dragon. So basically they are asking Satan to get them.
No, Satan is a character that comes along later in the series and is the Earth's champion, but is actually a fake.
The story centers around a young alien named Son Goku, who was sent down to Earth as a baby. In the Dragon Ball anime, they are 3 supreme beings called the Super Saiyan Gods from Universe 7 that send the baby Goku down to Earth to... Yeah,
this
pretty
is
similar,
ridiculously
but the
wrong.
twist is, instead of being sent to Earth to save it, he's sent to destroy it.
With weaklings like Earth, planet, but
The entire first, the first series, Dragon Ball, like just Dragon Ball when Goku was a kid, there was zero mention of the fact that he's an alien. Like that doesn't actually happen till Dragon Ball Z. So saying the series, when they've included Dragon Ball, is about an alien that's sent to Earth is, yeah. Anyway.
But he obviously forgot his mission. Kakarot, what happened?
Oh, come on, if I wanted to watch
who has
Dragon
an
Ball,
accident while growing up, causing him to change his motives from being the destroyer of Earth into the savior of Earth. There's an episode titled The Father of Goku, and a prophecy was given to Goku's father, Bardock.
their movies, the movies are not part of the canon. This isn't debunking Christianity. This is fucking debunking their shitty understanding of Dragon Ball canon.
That he will have a son, and he will be a savior of the earth.
Take heart, Bardock.
There's only one movie that actually happens that is what's called canon, and that is the Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, the Dragon Ball Super that just came out. All these other ones, the one about his dad, the one about the fucking Super Saiyan gods, they're not canon. They're fucking not fan fiction, but they didn't actually happen, you know?
A savior has been born.
How far away?
One who has the power to save the innocent from people.
Because I zoom
like
in so
Frieza.
much to see the chat. I can't tell. Like, if there was a prophecy that Frieza was going to be killed by him,
Someone
Goku
else who
would
wanted to become more powerful than 3 supreme beings. That sounds...
Oh, fuck's sake. 3 supreme beings. Dragon Ball Super has aired at this point. Now, in Dragon Ball Super, there is not 3 supreme beings. For starters, the supreme beings are... There's 2, basically. The Supreme Kai and the God of Destruction. For each universe, there are 12 universes. And then above that, there is the fucking Osama, or whatever the fuck his name is, who can just click things into existence. Doesn't need an infinity gauntlet. Like, fuck.
Sounds a bit like Satan?
It says here on the
What the fuck was that? Oh my god. Jeez.
DBZ or Dragon Ball Z wiki that Goku wants to become the most powerful Super Saiyan God, which can be obtained through a ritual involving 6 righteous Saiyans or special divine training.
5 Saiyans with righteous hearts must be flowing.
They're getting way too in the fucking weeds. Going over the lore of Dragon Ball Z. Transformations like Super Saiyan God become pretty fucking out of date pretty quickly. They're using God Ki at the moment, but they transformed into Super Saiyan Blue after Super Saiyan God, and Goku most recently attained Ultra Instinct, which is a technique used by gods, but yeah.
Going through him, this Saiyan shall then take the form of a Super
Later, Ricardo, man.
Saiyan God.
Thanks for dropping by.
Focus on channeling
Hey,
your
Donna.
inner light into Dad from your heart.
We're watching some anime. What the fuck? What is that? What is he? What are they insinuating with the arrow? Fuck yeah! They barely use that transformation.
Now you're seeing who this really is. In the end, Goku takes the war back to heaven and destroys it.
Okay. literally have no idea what they mean by Goku takes the war to heaven and destroys it. Like, what are they referring to? The most recent thing that was animated was the Survival Saga, which was in a void created by the Supreme Being. The Supreme... not the Supreme Guy, I forget his actual title, but you know. Oh, Alexander, I've done atheist content, and this is actually a Christian video trying to tell us, well, anime is evil, and we're fucking watching it because it's fucking funny. And I get to relive whatever the fuck that was from.
There's even a similar story of a tree in a garden, just like Sailor Moon, twisting the concept of the Tree of Life. It's called the Tree of Might, sometimes referred to
It's
as
another movie.
the Tree of Death.
Didn't happen. It's not on
Once
canon.
again, you can see the inversion of the truth. When one eats it, they gain more power. Only Kai, who are the kings of the universe, and eternal dragons are meant to eat the fruits.
You mean I'm not allowed to eat any of that?
You got that right, buddy. That tree there, it belongs to the great King Yama, and only he can eat the fruit.
Aw, come on! Just one piece!
In the Bible, we see an account of a serpent-like being promising ultimate power.
Fuck's sake, I don't care about your
But they get
animes.
their power from the dragon, who is called the Eternal Dragon God, or Dragon Lord. The owner of the tree is King Yama.
Here it says that Yama's occupation is a judge. Dragon Ball Z has a lot of Gnostic imagery, flipping the idea what's good and what's evil. Yama is actually a deity in the Buddhist faith known as the King of Hell, goes to heaven or hell. Seems pretty Gnostic if you ask me.
It sure does.
Fucking
So on the
Gnostic.
surface,
Christianity
Goku may
rose
seem
from
like a
Gnostic
Christ
fucking
type,
cults.
But when you really compare him with the Bible, he actually shares more characteristics with Lucifer.
I don't know, Goku died and rose again a few times, more than Jesus. Just saying.
Goku is really a type of Satan, which
A
is
type
made
of
to
Satan.
appear like a savior of evil. Son Goku's character is based on the Chinese mythological character called the Monkey King, who in the myth gets invited to heaven and believes he will receive an honorable place as one of the gods, but is instead
Have a good
the
chef.
protector of the horses, essentially a stable boy.
Oh, fuck, I don't
the
care
great
about...
sage, or heaven's equal.
Which so happens to be the similar story of Lucifer, who wanted to be honored as a god and eventually rebelled against heaven. He was cast down to earth, the lowest place in the universe.
Yes, he
Oh,
sure
Earth,
was.
the lowest place in the
And
universe.
Goku's
Fucking-
father-in-law is known as the Ox.
I saw this in the
His
trailer.
alias is the King of Demons. In other words, his father-in-law is the ruler of demons. He lives on Fire Mountain, which is located in the Diablo Desert.
That's interesting. Here also says Goku-san is married to the daughter of Mr. Satan.
Yes, Mr.
They
Satan.
had a baby who they named Pan.
Pan, yes.
Of course they did.
Allow me to introduce the greatest woman in the world, my wife Fidel. And this
Devil.
is her dad,
Holy shit, they cracked the code.
Mr. Satan.
Gohan's name means food in Japanese. And they haven't mentioned the snails that are all named after instruments. They haven't mentioned that Frieza and his race are all named after things that make your food cold. Like King Cooler, Frieza. What's his brother's name? Shit, losing nerd points. Like, it's not some fucking code that they're cracking.
And this cutie patootie is our daughter. Say hi, Pan.
Pan is the
Look at the
Greek
fire
god
transition.
where we get our modern depiction of what
I
causes
don't
panic.
care.
The character Mr. Satan, who is also part of the Dragon team, is adored by all and sometimes referred to as the savior of Earth and the universe.
It's a joke. The fact that he's adored by everyone and is considered the savior despite doing fuck all in the Cell games and being basically a normal human in a cast of superhuman. Even his daughter, after a few months training with Gohan at university, becomes exponentially more powerful than Satan. But they got to make their points. Satan is adored by people, and that's what Dragon Ball is telling us. Dragon Ball is telling us that this pathetic, ultimately endearing person, after he's on screen for a little bit longer, particularly in Super, is the devil, and we're being told to love the devil.
He yelled
that him? A pretty brazen move, yelling at our planet's savior.
This kind of reinforces the idea that Satan
It's a fucking
is the good
joke.
guy and
It's
will
a
be the savior
fucking
of Earth.
joke.
Wow, that's pretty
He
blatant.
is
And just so
a
there's no
cowardly
mistaking exactly whose side this
impotent,
character truly
and
represents,
fucking
Mr.
selfish.
Satan's daughter, with one of Goku's sons, drives a car with Satan and 666 written on the side of it.
What number did you just say?
666. After Goku dies and is
They cracked the
resurrected,
code.
he stands before King.
Oh, stop jumping around. Do this shit in fucking order.
There, you bodiless tramp. Single file. It's not too late to be sent down below, you know.
And this
Yeah,
was
you can
censored
clearly
in
see the
America.
flipped upside
It
down
wasn't
world when
hell.
Goku
It
leaves
was
Yama and wants to travel to a
HE
particular
double
part of
hockey
heaven.
sticks.
He must travel on Snake Way to get there.
Straight and narrow. In Matthew,
Oh wait. Is
where
this?
the Bible
It's
describes the path to heaven as the straight.
it's not straight and narrow, so it's
In
definitely not
Matthew
right.
7:14, it says, "Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leads to life."
Even if that was right,
and
that's a
few
fucking
there
metaphor.
be that find it.
Wait, so do many of Dragon Ball's villains have common attributes of God?
Actually, they do. For example, the villain King Cold has a title called the King of the Universe.
Because it's set in space. It's basically sci-fi, and he is the fucking king of the universe.
Frieza, his son, is like the Prince of the Universe, much like Jesus is referred to as the Prince.
Wait. I missed
Like
that one.
The Prince of the Universe, much like Jesus is referred to as the Prince. King Cold has two sons, making his family somewhat of a kind of trinity.
Oh, he's got two sons, so it's a trinity. So they're usurping the imagery of Jesus Christ. Yeah. I need to screen cap that. The fucking trinity.
This is my son.
Fuck
I'm
me.
retiring effective immediately. From this moment on, Frieza will be your commander.
The father giving his throne to
In
his
other
son.
words, the Cold Force has now become the Frieza Force.
There's a prophecy that
Fuck's
King Cold's
sake.
son will die. Frieza dies multiple times, and each time he's resurrected.
Welcome
I mean, so is Goku.
Don't dream of resurrecting
And
again.
Vegeta.
That's kind of like the prophecy that was told to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, which talks about how Jesus
Fuck
will
me.
ultimately bruise and crush the head of Satan.
So, the author of Dragon Ball Z, so the actual manga that it's all based on, he's not weaving a web of fucking imagery to corrupt and usurp the Holy Trinity. He's writing a fucking shonen jump serialized story. Like, he didn't actually have anything planned past the original Frieza saga, and he started making shit up to the point where week by week he would get feedback from his editors. And so, for example, in one of the later sagas, when he makes an old man and this sort of fucking bulbous, round, android-looking dude the bad guys, the editors are like, no, fuck off. They don't look cool enough. Make them cooler. And he brought in the Android 17 and 18. They still didn't look fucking cool enough. So he brought in Cell, still didn't look cool enough. So Cell had like 4 fucking transformations until they were finally happy with the design. Like, this isn't planned. This is just some dude doing shit that he thinks is cool and borrowing from all these different places for the imagery and for fucking inspiration to tell a fucking fictional story.
In Genesis 3:15 and
Get your anime out of here. I don't give a
as
shit
well
about
as
your
his
stuff.
sons. Frieza has many forms throughout the series.
Come on.
But it is the
Jesus
same
Frieza.
person. During the fight with Frieza, he asks Goku who he is. He says he is the savior of the world.
What are you?
I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am protector of the innocent. I am the light in the darkness. I am truth.
Jesus doesn't come for the innocent. He comes for the sinner. So he's not trying to usurp
Goku saying that
Jesus.
he is the truth is like him saying he is like Jesus.
But he's not, because he said he's here for the innocent. Jesus didn't come for the innocent. He came for the fucking sinner.
Because John 14:6 says,
No, you're
answer
wrong.
to
Debunked.
peace is a lie because he's born to fight, not bring peace.
That is the great irony of Dragon Ball, that the greatest hope for the universe is from the most violent race in the universe. That's kind of poetic, and that's part of the charm of Goku and why he's so naive compared to the other Saiyans like Vegeta in the series.
Exactly, Scotty. You see, Goku kills his innocent grandfather, but feels no remorse. He says he will ask for forgiveness, but he never does. It is shown that King Cold is only bent on destruction.
He names his son after that grandfather who he kills by accident. Like, he fucking...
This leaves the viewer with a twisted understanding of God and makes him seem like an evil ruler. Even his appearance is with large horns on his head and a red cape. King Cold sits on his throne.
King Cold's barely in the TV series, if at all, actually. I think he only appears in the movies.
As he and his son approach Earth to destroy it, the imagery of the Second Coming is unmistakable.
Yeah, the Bible...
Sorry, I gotta skip this. They're pulling
2
too hard
Peter
for fucking...
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. God will cleanse the earth from wickedness and bring in an everlasting righteousness.
According to ScreenRant.com, many fans cite the intended end of Dragon Ball as the conclusion to the Frieza saga, with Goku fulfilling
That's
the
what I
Super
said.
Saiyan prophecy and finally defeating the villain responsible for destroying his home planet.
Of course, this moment ended up being the beginning of a whole new chapter for Dragon Ball, rather than the ending.
This Gateway anime is full of satanic imagery.
Gateway anime.
And what's with the sigil of Lucifer in Vegeta's forehead?
Sigil of what?
Oh. Wait, what?
And what's with the sigil?
That hair, like his Widow's Peak is always the fucking same, and then there's just a M for Majin Buu. Or for Margin, or whatever the fuck it is.
Of Lucifer and Vegeta's
Not
forehead.
Majin Buu, just Margin.
Sigil of what?
Oh, this is like the sigil of Lucifer, so are you a Satanist or anything contributing the Satan?
I mean, even if that's intentional, like, yes, he is currently possessed by actual demon. Like, Majin Buu's actually a demon, not like an alien, like a lot of most of the other characters.
Pagan.
Well, according to the
Like, that's the fucking
website
point, even if it's true.
symboldictionary.com, the sigil
But I
of
think they're
Lucifer
stretching,
means the
like, by
sigil of
including the
Satan.
Widow's Peak, you know?
Used in conjunction with other symbols, its original purpose of the sigil was to aid in a visual invocation of the
Go fuck yourselves, this is boring.
I'm everywhere you are now. Inside you.
Oh, that's where I got possessed. Been a while since I've seen the Buu Saga. Oh wait, no, that's GT. That's Baby. I haven't seen that. I didn't watch that much of GT because it's kind of garbage.
Also control you.
Yep. Come on, fuck off.
We see that sigil in their forehead.
You may have invaded my mind and my body.
Get to the point.
Just remember, his purpose is to steal energy from Majin Buu, so why not let him have his way for now?
That guy's name's Dabra, as in Abracadabra. And the short guy is Bobbity, who is the successor to Bibbidi, and ultimately awakens Boo. So it's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. So fucking Disney, let's go.
When Vegeta's fighting Goku, we see that Vegeta has the sigil. He refers to himself as the prodigal prince of bloodshed.
Because I wanted him to reawaken the evil in my heart. I wanted him to return me to the way I was before.
This is kind of imagery, like a reference to Jesus.
Stop going back to your own
who
fucking
shed
shitty
his
anime.
blood for humanity. So it's kind of a twist that
Yeah,
Vegeta
GTs.
ultimately wants to return to the way
I
that
mostly
he was
only know
before.
GT stuff because of
cold-blooded
one of the Budokai games I played.
So this leaves the viewer with the impression that
Like
the biblical
the,
Jesus is really
fuck,
evil.
what's the Ultimate Dragon's
Vegeta
name or whatever?
even
Sin?
sacrifices himself.
Amiga Sin or something?
Bulma, I do this for you. And yes, even for you, Kakarot.
Or what? He overcomes the evil of the possession that the M, or the fucking sigil, whatever the fuck they want to call it, represents, and sacrifices himself to save his family and friends. What a fucking dick.
And so,
Ultimate Final Flash, let's go.
warriors has vanished in a blinding flash of light,
Shit, 10
having
past
made
1.
the ultimate sacrifice for the sake of his loved ones. His name was Vegeta.
Vegeta. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
An inversion of Jesus. The character, Piccolo, says Vegeta is going to lay down his own
Why the fuck is
life
everyone
to
Jesus?
save the people.
Wasn't Vegeta,
in other words,
Frieza
do
Jesus?
Exactly what Jesus did.
You know what? If every fucking person in the history of fiction and non-fiction who gave their life to save other people from actual death was just imitating Jesus, well, fuck them, right?
Right, Kendi. This kind of twists the truth about Jesus.
It
You see
doesn't.
that
It's
the
not
Bible
about
says
Jesus.
that
It's not
Jesus
about
was
Jesus.
never selfish.
It's not
he
about
was not
Jesus.
prideful, or he didn't have any evil character traits at all.
And that's how he's described in 1 Peter 2:20.
I don't care about you, Bible.
Evil. The Bible describes a seal that will be placed on the foreheads of God's true followers. Revelation 9:4 speaks
God,
about
the mark of the
sealing
devil.
just before the end of the world.
Revelations.
Not to harm the grass
Let's go.
of the earth or any green plant or
Oh,
any
they're
tree,
using that background
but
that
only
everyone
those
uses.
people who do not have the seal of God on their forehead.
Like the villains King Cold and Frieza, Vegeta
Why are they
is
obsessed
part of the
with King
Trinity as
Cold?
well. The
He's
Saiyans.
barely in it.
The father's name is King Vegeta, and his son's name is Prince Vegeta.
The almighty Prince
They come from the planet Vegeta too.
During one of the fights with Goku, we see one of the Saiyans creating life out of the dust of the ground.
Okay, this is real Christian fucking cringe, right? He's not creating life. It's literally fucking planting a seed to grow the Cybermen, which are fucking based on plants. It's like Christians who think fucking evolution is creating life. It's not. It's literally growing from fucking seeds. He plants and covers the fucking dirt.
But as you can see,
They're
the
green.
life
They're
that
fucking
springs forth
plants.
is something evil, reinforcing the Gnostic view that God is
Gnostic,
evil.
holy
There's a
shit.
lot of imagery of creation, such as when Vegeta creates the moon, a burst of light comes forth from it.
He doesn't create the moon. He has a piece of technology that recreates the light from the moon so he can change into his great ape form.
When Krillin was about to kill Vegeta, Goku tells him in his mind, "Stop. We need to show mercy."
Oh, that's evil.
He's pure evil. No, listen. Just let him go, Krillin. Show him what it means to be merciful.
This makes you think that Goku is the merciful one, and Vegeta is pure evil.
There is yet another trinity in this saga.
Another trinity. Let's go.
Bibbidi Bobbidi and Boo.
Yes! Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Let's fucking go.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
Well, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo is a magic spell cast in Cinderella.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does
I can
have
fucking
something to
see
do
the
with magic
future.
and sorcery. There are many parallels with the Godhead in these three as well. As you can see, there's the sigil on their foreheads and on their clothing.
This says more about their fucking theology if it is so fucking generic that it can be applied literally to the Frieza family, fucking Vegeta, and fucking Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Like, that is fucking
And they're
mental.
all from a planet called Planet Alpha,
I don't know if I
which
should have
is
said
in
mental,
Universe
but
7, and is shown to exist in the heavens. God calls himself the Alpha and the Omega.
Wait. Isn't the number 7 often...
And why the fuck are they bringing Whis into it? Like, this shit didn't exist for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Like, I love Dragon Ball, and, you know, Super's fine. But, like, it is not some fucking big conspiracy. It is just some dude having fucking fun writing whatever crazy shit he thinks.
The number associated with God?
It sure is. And Bobbidi, Bibbidi's son, has an episode where he opens a so-called seal. He opens the seal and frees Boo in an attempt to destroy the people of Earth.
In the Bible, Jesus is described in the book of Revelation as the only one worthy of opening the seal.
Opening the seal. Cracking the egg with Boo in it is like them usurping Jesus opening the fucking seal on, was it the scroll of Revelation?
Revelation 5:5
Yeah, the scroll,
says,
7 seals.
"And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, hath prevailed to open the book, and to loose the 7 seals thereof. When these seals are opened, it will result in the..."
Interesting that
just
Bibbidi,
get over your
the father
fanfic.
figure, is the one who created the seal, and his son Bobbidi is the one who breaks the seal, much like God created the seal, and Jesus the Lamb is the one who opens it.
The biblical imagery is interwoven all throughout
Oh
the series.
my God.
When almost
Someone paid them to do this. They have Patreons. Like, imagine the money that has gone into this. This is fucking part 1. And I'm bored as shit watching this, apart from laughing at the fucking ridiculous amount of like, how long have they spent on Dragon Ball and false trinities compared to fucking, like, Sailor Moon, which arguably easier to criticize like depiction of romance between like, you know, middle schoolers and high schoolers, college, whatever the fuck age Tuxedo Mask is.
Everyone in the Earth dies. Vegeta ends up resurrecting everyone except the really evil people.
I have 2 wishes I want to make. First, I want the planet Earth to be restored to its original state. And second, I want all of the people who were killed since the morning of the World Martial Arts Tournament to be brought back to life. Do you understand?
Dende, I'm putting my faith in Vegeta's plan, and I'd like for you to do the same, okay?
Of course, Goku. Arise, Parunga!
Come on, this is not going to help their fucking debunking.
The Earth has been restored to its rightful place. What is your...
Right on Earth since the wizard Bobbity arrived there. Except for the...
Yeah, they wish everyone back.
We did it! All the people are back! They're alive! What the heck? I'm alive! I'll be done!
Actual, genuinely alive, not fictionally life after death alive.
Yep. They're alive, all right. Look.
Again, a parallel to Jesus' resurrecting
Fight.
the righteous at his second coming. He also wants the world to go back to the way it originally was. After Satan is destroyed, Jesus will create a new earth for us to live in.
The Dragon Team characters thrive off of fighting, even when presented with the idea that...
Fact, they don't. Krillin becomes a police officer. Yamcha... What does Yamcha do? He quits fighting for a while. Gohan quits fighting after the Cell Saga, basically. With a little... You know, he does still fight when he needs to, but he becomes a fucking professor. Bulma's a fucking scientist. Who else? I mean, Goku and Vegeta always
to
fight.
stop the apocalypse. Team Z outright refuses to stop fighting.
They can't actually. The dragon in Dragon Ball Z can only do things within its power, and the enemies they face go beyond the dragon's power to stop because they're not strong enough. So no, they actually can't do that. And in the cases where it may have been feasible, they're usually racing the bad guys to actually collect the Dragon Balls as well. So it's not like they can just go Thanos snap their fucking enemies out.
They believe their whole existence is for the single purpose of fighting. This is a Luciferian mindset. When
Fuck
Lucifer,
off.
or
That's
better known
wrong.
as Satan, was cast out of
You don't
heaven,
know shit.
he waged a ceaseless war in which the whole...
says in Revelation...
I don't care about your fanfic. If you're not talking explicitly about the anime.
And the ancient serpent who is... and his angels were
I have to
thrown
say,
down
actually,
with
it's
him.
really unusual to see
Just
Christian
like
propaganda
Goku was cast
speak to
down to Earth.
Revelation so
Even when
much. I should probably pause it while I'm doing it. I think it says a lot about their point of view. Like, I was actually going into this expecting that they'll talk about the social consequences, but they're not. They're talking about imagery and how they can assign it to particular passages in Revelation, which is fucking crazy. Like, that shit is so specific in Revelation in terms of the imagery that they've got to pick things out of context. Like, the fucking opening an egg with Boo in it is the same as the 7 seals on the fucking scroll. I'm pretty sure, my memory's a bit rusty, but I'm pretty sure that each seal that opened unleashed another plague or something. Like, it caused something bad to happen on the earth, and they were very specific things, like a third of the stars out of the sky, a third of the water to turn to blood, and like, it falls down as soon as they read past that fucking initial like verse, and they just stop and go, well, see, it's just like that, because they're picking such a small amount that they can just apply it to fucking anything.
Prophecies in the Bible foretell the ending of this conflict. Satan and his angels refuse to stop fighting.
That's why, in the end of the story, Goku brings...
Not the end of the story. GT is not canon, as Chad said. At the end of the story, it hasn't happened yet because it's Dragon Ball Super and it is ongoing in the manga.
And Serpent, the great dragon.
Oh wow, the DBC fandom even says that Goku...
It's not Dragon Ball Z fandom, it's Dragon Ball fandom. Dragon Ball Z is one of the 4 series that is in Dragon Ball. 3 if you don't include GT because it's not canon.
Goku-san lives in Satan City.
Satan City? Wow.
Dragon Ball Z teaches an inverted gospel, which makes Satan the hero while demonizing the...
They're back on this. Like, we've already gone through this. Mr. Satan is a fucking joke. Like, if he is a stand-in for Satan, he is being mocked. The fact that the world believes he is strong and powerful while he isn't is funny. That's why they live in Satan City. That's why Satan Hospital exists. That's why Mr. Satan is revered, because it's a fucking joke. Like, it actually, like, if you take as read their assumptions that Mr. Satan is meant to represent the devil and it's trying to show how the devil should be worshipped, well, it does the opposite, because it emasculates him. It takes away his power. It says that he is impotent and fucking powerless compared to the multiple trinities running around. Anyway.
Trinity.
Hey, that was Mr. Satan. Mom, it's Mr. Satan. I recognize that voice anywhere.
Hey, you're right. Wow.
Everyone, it's him, Mr. Satan.
Fucking early anime dubs. Oh yes, let's go Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb is a metaphor for everyone coming together to overcome a common threat through Goku. It is going to be subverted. Let's see how.
Unbelievable! Using his special powers, the world champion is speaking to the entire planet from a battle that we can't even see! This is
Oh, come on. Like, this editing is fucking garbage.
Thanks to Mr. Satan, the long-awaited energy has finally arrived from Earth.
Would you really expect anything else from the Dragon Team?
Speaking of
Not the Dragon Team, they're the Z Fighters, but go off.
gospel.
This is Greek for, is it New Beginning?
And Evangelion means gospel.
Right. It's
Oh, what? Are we moving on from Dragon Ball? Fucking...
The Dragon Team?
Speaking of inverted gospel, you guys ever heard about the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Hey, isn't Neon Genesis Greek for, is it New Beginning?
And Evangelion means gospel.
It's pronounced Evangelion, but let's go.
Right. It's about a new beginning of the gospel.
Yeah, I bet I can...
Oh my god, these basic fucks. Neon Genesis Evangelion is got nothing to do with the gospel. It does use Christian imagery, but it co-opts that imagery in order to use the core meanings of sacrifice and beginnings, not to talk about the gospel of things like fucking Jesus.
And guess what kind of twisted message they're going to interweave into this story?
This sounds super intriguing. I'd love to hear what you have on that.
This one's pretty messed up, but I can't get into it right now. I've got a podcast I'm doing tonight with the
Oh,
ministry called
did we get
School
it?
for
Did we
Prophets,
get
and I
to
can't
the
wait.
end of part two?
Man, you can't
Not
leave
one?
us like that. Give us a little sneak peek.
All right, but just
All
2
right,
minutes,
we made it to the
then
end, I
gotta
think.
head.
They're not even playing Cruel Angel Thesis theme song.
Yeah, that'll give your kids some nightmares.
Same time tomorrow?
It's not for fucking kids.
See ya.
Bye.
Fucking hell. Neon Genesis Evangelion is not for children. It is a fucking psychological thriller. We made it. Holy shit, we made it. Oh, boy. Fuck. 50 minutes of Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z. Shit. So what did we learn? We learned that Dragon Ball Z is predominantly about several sets of trinities that are trying to ape the gospel to make Lucifer the leader of your life and to subvert the message of Jesus so that you follow Goku instead of Jesus. And Mr. Satan is fucking the tits when it comes to being fucking amazing. That was a fucking... I did not expect that. That is not what I was expecting. Like I said, I was expecting like social fucking like commentary on how it affects kids. Like I was expecting this is how it's going to pervert your kids and to make them fucking do this or that. But all it was trying to argue that these fucking shows are textual perversions of the Bible on purpose. Like as if there's some fucking intent, which is absolutely insane. Holy shit. No one likes Dragon Ball Z. Fucking... How do you ban people on lives? report this message. This message is targeted abuse. Look, we're probably going to leave it there. It's probably like 1:30 here. I figured this was probably an easy video to test out this format on and see how lives goes. Thank you for coming, guys. Those of you that dropped in, I hope it was interesting / entertaining / enjoyable. I'm on lockdown for the next couple of days. So I'm probably going to be around the internet a little bit, and I've got some other videos that I've got to try and get done for Utah Outcasts. I've got to try and get him some stuff and get the rest of my 10 questions for atheists done as well. There's maybe some other stuff. We'll see what we get. Anyway, thanks for coming along. I'll catch you guys later. How do you close this? Fuck.